Women are not ready for the 666 man. When you initially read it, what is your sentiment, Tiffocracy?
I know it's six figures, 6 feet. I don't know what the third six is.
I think six pack.
Okay, I can do with that.
Okay. So now that you know, what's your initial sentiment? Women are not ready for this man.
My husband is all those things, so
Okay.
I was ready.
Okay. All right. I mean, all right. If you was ready, then I guess I have nothing for you. I'm not carrying y'all today. I'm not carrying y'all today. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know that I carry y'all every other week. I'm not carrying you guys today. Y'all gonna have to talk and contribute. Okay.
Absolutely crazy.
I'm not
And it's
over pursuing.
okay. We got you.
Jalen, why you looking like a teacher in a classroom? Like I picked you to read.
You did pick me to read. um,
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm not carrying y'all. I'm not. No.
I think the 666 thing refers to like a woman's dream man, and in that case, I would agree with the title.
So you agree that women are not ready for this man?
Yeah.
Okay. Callie?
Nope, they ain't ready. Just off the simple fact that what you call it, the complaints about he doesn't spend time with me, whatever like that. Well, if he earned that amount of money, he ain't gonna be there to spend time with you. So just off the strength, you ain't ready. Just on that basic level.
Hmm. See?
You're not ready.
Damn. How come see?
Um, because that's not the majority of men, and since it's in the minority and there are already more women, that means you have to be willing to compete. And women have already made it clear that they're not competing for a man. So I don't think they'll be ready.
Damn. Lauren, what you think?
First of all, I wanted to clarify one of the sixes is not a six pack, it's 6 inches. Um, I believe that majority of women are prepared to be with all six.
The majority are? Why?
The majority of women are ready because that man doesn't even know what he is or who he is. So all you got to do is get to him.
What do you mean?
You got to get to him first when they fresh out. They get that first set of money. They just not getting that apartment.
Oh, okay.
That's
Did
when
you
you
say
get
fresh
them.
out? I was like, the pen? Like,
You see where your mind went. Your mind went
Yeah, but
wrong.
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Look at the average marrying age, Lauren. Look at how later
30.
in life people are getting together. Are you actually gonna get to that man when he just graduate? And I guess apparently he's an NFL or NBA player if he got all this money as soon as he get out, fresh out. You think that
Yeah, that's a
she's
different one.
ready to for all everything that comes with it?
Yes. She has all that she needs.
Gotcha. So is this woman of the mindset, like she said, are the majority of women, black women specifically, ready to compete?
Absolutely.
But I thought that the sentiment is that the ladies say they ain't competing.
We're competing with ourselves. Only getting better.
I can't. I'm not carrying. I don't listen. I'm not. I'm not carrying y'all. I'm not pressing y'all. I'm not. It's foolish, right? Obviously, she being facetious, and yet y'all just sit there. Y'all want me to do
Right.
all the work. I'm not doing it.
Why is that being facetious? Like, depending on where you are in life, and specifically if you're dealing with a man that makes six figures.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
They
Justifying the facetiousness, not obviously understanding that her voice, cadence, diction is full of satire and sarcasm. Yet Tiff choose to lean into the fact that it's sarcasm and justify it. I'm not carrying y'all.
I was not being sarcastic. I think that there are some women that they are ready for that, and nor do I think that you have to compete.
And then she says some like she don't know where she at.
The majority.
I'm not doing this, bro.
Ready, but the
Love, see, I'm not
minority-
doing this. I'm not doing it. Callie, I'm not doing it. You do it. I'm not doing
Majority
it.
of women ain't ready for it.
Why you
They're just not. Because
Why?
okay, it's like look, just based off. Okay, so based off of the time thingy, right?
Mhm.
Then women talking about they don't have to compete, which you are going to compete for that nigga even after you marry him. And then second of all, too, he's scarce. He's scarce. Sorry. So yeah, you're gonna have to compete. Period.
So once
He
you
got
get
the
married,
nigga got too many choices.
once you get married, you're still competing.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
What you mean? What you mean?
From
You
what
gotta
I've
keep
been
your nigga.
told,
You gotta keep your nigga eyeballs on you. What you mean?
Okay, but is that competing or is that just making sure that you're meeting a standard from when you met that person?
you
No,
trying
that's
to meet a
competing because there's
standard.
another bitch out there that's better than you.
Yeah,
You are competing still.
there's somebody. Oh God, I'm gonna sound rebel. There's somebody who may be younger. There's somebody who may be more.
What's
beautiful.
interesting is as they're having a back and forth chat, Jalen interrupts it when it's a good back and forth, which I don't understand. But I'm not carrying them. I'm not doing it.
Go ahead, Jay.
I apologize, Callie. Go ahead.
Sorry, Miss Callie.
Nah, that was it. I'm done.
So you believe that you still have to compete with your husband? Like you've been married a long time, y'all have children. You still feel like you have to compete?
I'm not competing with him.
No,
I'm competing with them other bitches. Absolutely.
wow. So wait a minute. So at no point are you able to like relax in your marriage and enjoy each other and build together?
I relax when I'm on top. How about that?
Well, okay, ma'am. 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 But
Okay.
Jalen, you didn't join me with
I'm not on your side tonight, too.
wow. So it's me.
How?
Wait a minute, Lovely. See, you haven't said anything. Please, do you think once you get married, you're still supposed to compete with other women?
Tiff is looking for a friend.
No, I'm not. I'm asking questions.
I wasn't talking to you.
I'm Tiff.
I was talking to the chat.
Ah, cool. Lovely.
Does she have one in Love C? Let's see. Let's find out.
Yeah, no. You still better put in work every single day. Every day, even when you're married. More work. Why in the world would you put in more work to get something valuable and then get it and slack up? You got to be the person that still doesn't let the people eat in the car after you get the car.
But maintaining is not the same as competition.
No.
Can we agree like that? I see Callie, like she's frowned up. Jay looked cute. So we are saying you can be with your husband, y'all are happily married, and your whole thought process is worried about other bitches. Because if that's an issue, that nigga been stepped out.
So this is where we're getting it a little bit where it's getting off pace. I'm not talking about competing to make sure that I'm not responsible for his behavior, right? So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not competing to make sure that he doesn't go and do whatever it is he's going to do. What I'm saying is that I'm going to put my best foot forward at all times, and it's going to be better than it was yesterday. And by default, I'm not going to slack up. You're consistently growing in a relationship, or you should be, right? So then if he's consistently growing and you're consistently growing, then you should be both competing and outdoing one another to continue to keep the spice going. So you want to be able to relax, you want to be able to have fun, but you also want to let them know that I don't take you for granted. I'm not I know that I'm not here by default. Even though we've made a commitment to one another, that's where people mess up. They start to think, well, I'm in here now, I can slack up, I can be careless, and that's where things go wrong. It's not all about just, I'm in there now so I can skate.
I
It doesn't work that
absolutely,
way. And
I
sometimes what we do, see what you're doing right now is you're proving my point that women don't want to compete. They
why?
don't want to compete. If you're gonna, because you're saying like, can't we just coast? Can't we just be,
I didn't
enjoy
say
ourselves?
coast. I
Like,
didn't say coast. I did not say that. My goal every day is to make my husband as happy as possible. I
mm,
want to do the things that he needs. I'm not saying that my goal is not to ensure that he is happy. So the house is clean, the food is made, anything that he needs. Now I don't want to sound like what's that girl's name talking about the biggest flex is how I take care of my man. No, I'm not going that far, but I absolutely want to do the things that my husband enjoys. He takes great care of me. I want to take great care of him. I don't feel like that's competition. That's just me being down for my husband and making sure that he has everything that he needs.
Right, but at the same time, there's another bitch out there that's gonna be trying to do the same you doing.
I'm not worried about another bitch. Because if she can come in here, you know what? The one thing I'm not competing with, and the one thing I don't share dick or draws. Period, point blank. If you don't want to be here, trust and believe, just like you said, another there, it's another around here making six figures that would love the opportunity. So I personally, nah, absolutely not.
Exactly, which is the reason why he compete with them other for my eyeballs too. What you mean?
You
Neither one of us have to be in this.
this is true, but as a married woman, like, do you look at other people like, oh, this person is a, like, I don't see it for nobody else. My husband is everything to me. Sherelle called my husband old. It's other people like, who is this old? Mine, me, 100%. And what I will do is scratch your eyeballs out. Oh, I'll fight for mine. So if you come up in here, bitch, prepare for, get ready for a fight.
wait,
Get
so are
ready.
you gonna fight or are you
Isn't that
gonna
competing?
She double talked everybody.
Ah, here we go, him. Nah, if some everything that we have built together. So if you think you're gonna come in here and I'm just literally gonna be like, oh, it's okay, she's younger. No, bitch, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna keep your fucking face in. Like, yes, absolutely, violence is coming.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you being territorial and wanting to keep what's yours, you're competing at that point to keep what's yours. You're just willing to fight physically for it. You're willing to fight it.
So the bank, your money is your money, right? In the bank, that's yours, right?
Yeah.
So if I have skin in the game and money in the bank, why am I? What am I competing? Like, no, absolutely not.
Then why are you willing to fight?
Because if you run up over here and think you gonna take the shit that I've built, no, bitch, I'm fighting you. We're fighting.
Will she concede that she's competing? We'll find out next here shortly.
Okay, I'm competing. I'm competing.
Okay, so you agree with this?
Absolutely not. But to push it forward, sure. But
She's trying to push it forward when there's no reason to. We need to understand her point.
It's me, absolutely me. I'm nuck if you buck. Come around these parts, please. Now, what you want to say, him? What's happening? Oh, but he don't want to carry us. So, anyway, he ain't here. So let me ask Lovely C and Callie and Lauren and Jay, how do you compete? What is the competition like? What are you doing? Because Lovely C, you said put your best foot forward, right? Make sure that you need to do whatever got here. After that,
she attacked me. She attacked me, and I was doing nothing wrong. Chat. Remember, she's on the defense at this point. So what she's trying to do is deflect to me, when in actuality, she need to continue, either defending her point or actually concede.
Ooh,
We'll see if the other ladies make her defend it or actually concede
I'm not
here
gonna agree,
shortly.
and that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to agree. Jay, I see you looking down. Lauren looking away. Look,
Because
am I supposed to be like Robbie? Is that what y'all want to hear? Or
I
why
just
you-
wouldn't have went that route
Love,
if
love
I was
see, let
saying
her
I'm not
live.
competing.
Okay, what route would you have went? School.
You're competing with yourself, so you would be just getting better over time
I can agree with that.
because you want to get better over
But
time,
is that
not because of the females around.
Is that competition or is that you improving yourself?
You're competing with yourself.
I can agree with that. I can concede.
No, it was just I wouldn't have went the route you went about
okay.
fighting.
Everybody different. You come around these parts, your eyeballs gonna get scraped, like, and people
No, I'm
say,
not fighting.
So I got a
They
question.
say if it's to the point where the bitch is in my face and I have the opportunity to scratch her eyes out, I already lost. She too close.
so
Yeah, she
what
in the
I
house.
was
if she come into your house, she too close.
Yeah,
no
it's over.
house.
You said if she pull up to your house.
I'm
If
talking
she knows where you live,
not my
she been
little home. Meaning, if you pull up, be prepared. He need to be prepared, and she need to be prepared, because he gonna
How
get
you
it.
gonna find out?
What?
How are you gonna be able to figure this all out and then be able to fight a bitch after?
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah, either you pulling up on her or she pulling up on you, whichever one. Somebody pulling up on somebody. So either way, you competing, Tiff.
Maybe I don't see it that way. Like competition.
Are you just defending your honor?
My
Like you just mad because he cheated or she
Yeah.
took your man? Like
No.
what's
Lauren tried to post her bail, everybody. Let's see if they'll let it slide.
I do not share or draws. So if that is that's what I said. Do not share either. So if that's what happens, we need to make some decisions. We absolutely need to make some decisions. Hey, Alexis from Texas. Hey, cousin.
Hey,
you
what
said
up,
make
y'all?
decisions though.
Thanks so much.
What you say, Lauren?
You said make decisions.
Yeah, because I'm not doing that. So let me say this. Depending on who she is, if you're a stranger and you don't know nothing about me, that's a him thing. If you know who I am and you know that he's married, yeah, I'm finna fuck you up. Absolutely. He gonna get it and she gonna get it.
Damn.
Lauren, I'm off Skillman and I do.
So
I'm
Tiff,
off-
you actually just proved exactly what Callie and I were saying in the beginning, which is that those kind of men are the kind of men that the majority of women want. And it looks like even if you're not, she's willing to have him without you. And so that would mean that you do have to compete. By the time she's at your front door, that means that, there was a
You
problem.
lost. Oh, sorry.
So clearly you are
Love
competing.
see,
with other
Lauren did
women
that
with-
on purpose too. She did it on purpose to derail your point. Love see, don't let it happen.
It's
The
okay.
difference is I don't have to have anybody agree with me. And my husband and I know what it is. I know him, he knows me. You have boundaries within your marriage, and y'all should be able to say, like, if it's getting to the point to where somebody else needs to come into our marriage, we either one need to get counseling, two, really decide if we're both in this, or three, separate.
So let's not go into like I think we should stay on are women prepared, because clearly once you get to that point, right, because that's a decision that he's made,
Mm-hmm.
there is a breakdown somewhere, right? So I think if we're going to accurately assess whether women are prepared or not, you first have to know what.
So what does prepared look for? What are you gauging as what do women need to do to be prepared for the 666? Which that's weird. Like
There
that's
you go. There you go.
there I go. What? No, I'm
That's
asking you, like,
that's what that was my question. What has to happen? What's the most important thing?
what do you mean?
If you want the 666 man, what's the most important thing? What's the most important thing that a woman has to do?
I think it depends upon the man. Because if you make money like that, like some people don't care if you can cook. Some people do. Excuse
Okay.
me, the minority. I'm not gonna. I know we don't do some. So
What would you do? What would you do, Ted? What would you do?
if my husband want me to cook chitlins butt naked, I'm cooking them
Okay.
at
That's what
3 o'clock in the morning. I'm cooking them. But my goal is not to compete with people outside of this house. My goal
No.
is
See, you're not for your husband. We're saying, what if for a woman that wants a 666 man, she hasn't married him yet. She wants him. What's the most important thing for her to be able to do?
she's got to be in an environment so she can meet those kind of people. 2, she needs to understand typically there's a particular look for whatever that man wants you to do and have. You got to be on that. You have to be on point. You need to be able, if this person is a businessman, you should be able to go to whatever meeting he's having. You should be able to adjust to all environments for him. But I would expect the same thing as a wife. Because are we talking about you met this person and y'all lived together, or he had the money already and you came in? Him, mute your phone. Mute.
You got to outdo them other.
I'm gonna the black. You know what? Not the black.
Hey, chat. I'm waiting for Love C to put these on, but she's just.
So, do you agree with what Callie said? You have to outdo the other women.
I'm not outdoing anybody. I'm going to do.
Take yourself out of it, Tiff. Take yourself out of it. For the majority of women, do they have to outdo each other in order to get this man?
I don't think so.
So what do they have to do to get his attention?
I legitimately said she needs to be attractive. You need to be smart.
Mute, please.
You need to be agreeable. You need to be able to adjust. You should be able to fulfill this man sexually. If he wants you to cook, you need to cook. Whatever that person needs for them to be happy and you both can agree to it, that's what has to happen.
Right. So if all of those things have to align and you don't meet those standards,
then you're not ready. But we're not saying, you said, are they ready? Some women are. All women? No.
You said majority.
I said minority. I said the minority of women are ready for that. The minority. Because I said some and I knew that somebody was going to come in here and say we don't use the word some. So I fixed it. Because we use majority or minority, I said the minority of women are ready for that. Y'all just gonna sit there, huh? Okay, well, fight me back. Fight back.
That was awesome. That was awesome. It took a minute to get there, but it was awesome. I love
Thank you. Thank you, cousin. I love you too. And your teeth are so white. I love it. I love it.
Hey.
Love, Lauren. So you saying nobody's ready? Like nobody's ready?
No. I didn't say that. And I don't think Love C or Callie said that either.
So who's ready?
I was the one that agreed.
That's okay. It's all right, Lauren. I love
No,
you.
I agree with you. I just the behind that, like the context you're giving, just I wouldn't go there. But
where would you go?
We, as the delegation of the Black women, are pretty much ready for being with any type of man, regardless of if they have assets or not, 6-pack, 6 inches. We have it in us. We have the capability of completing school, going to class on time. We have the ability to cook meals. We have the ability to clean. We have the ability to take care of ourselves. We have all this information. There's no reason, other than selfishness, to not be available for these men. But as far as competing, I I don't see us competing with each other. I see us competing with ourselves. However, you get in a relationship, you got to maintain that or get better, but
I
not
can,
worse.
I 100% can agree with that, but I don't see it as competing. That's just improving yourself. Like, should you not want to just improve yourself for personal growth?
That was my point.
Okay.
Let me tell
Lovely.
you something. I ain't giving no room to come up nowhere up in here. Okay, I'm competing with all randoms.
I
So
was
I
we,
gonna
wouldn't even be
say,
thinking about it though.
but why do
Hmm?
we try to make it seem like a bad thing to compete? Like, and I only see it a lot of time amongst our delegation, and it's like that's the sentiment. I ain't competing with no bro, and da 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 da. Like, hey, well, thank you. Go ahead and sit out. Go ahead and sit out. Because I'm gonna go in here and do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So coach called me up. I'm like, I'm ready, coach. I've been practicing, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a bad thing. I think people just like there's a lot of things in life that majority of this world likes to categorize and make it into something bad because everybody want to act like they ain't gotta do nothing. Nah, man, look, girl, you competing. Stop trying to make it seem like you ain't competing. It, you are, you are.
are the men competing as well?
They are. Come on,
Yep.
yeah,
Don't,
they
don't,
are. But no, you know they are.
look
You
at
know
the.
they.
I hope somebody looks at the subject title and
So
understands that she tried to deflect. We're only talking about the women tonight because it's the
I'm
POV.
acting just like the men. I'm gonna blame
so
everything on y'all because that's what
so
you do. Okay.
so
Anyway,
by default, the men have competed already because they're in the top tier of men. They're a category of men. We're talking about a category of men that's not easily or readily accessible. So they've already competed with other men and they've won. They're at the top of their game physically, they're at the top of their game financially, they're at the top of their game when it comes to discipline. They've already competed. They're not competing against women. They're not competing against anybody but other men and they've won. And now they're asking you, now I've won against all the men. What are you willing to do? And you said absolutely nothing unless the other girl is standing at my front door.
yeah, that's not what I said.
So for a man that's already competed and won, and you're not willing to do anything for that man, the specific one that you want, right? Assuming that he wants you too, then what does that say to him?
So, are we? If you help build this person to get to this six figure, because you can't change his height, right? You can't change his eggplant, but you definitely can affect the the money. So, are we saying this person walking in has those figures? Are you saying we have built as a couple, and now this is where you are?
Because I think we're saying 666, so he's already there. So he doesn't need you to support him along the way. He doesn't need you to build him. He's not looking for you for a blueprint. He's already created, executed, and he's there.
Okay. So, do we think that all women are competing at the same level?
I don't. It's
Listen,
clear. It's clear. Tim, you already ready.
You just said you weren't competing at all.
Put on.
So that means that there's a so it's six of us, right? So that means 1/6 of the women aren't competing. They don't feel like they should have to. So that knocks some of them out.
I'm not me trying to please my husband is not me competing with
But
anybody.
Tiff, we're not talking about married people. We're talking about wannabe married people.
Okay, okay. With the qualification, I can go there with you
There we go.
a little bit, not all the way, but a little bit. Because I do believe that some women are raised to be wives and to be supportive, and depending on how you operate, a man that's making that may not want anything else but you. He doesn't need your money. He's got that. So maybe it's just the pleasure of y'all being together. He enjoys your company. He wants to be with you and simply you. Is that okay? It's push. Man, you motherfuckers just piss me off. Callie looking like,
No, don't
You're not reading.
You're looking at the screen.
I'm not reading. He said don't.
You said some again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we think the minority of women are ready to marry the 666 or date the 666?
Yeah, because that minority is that percentage that you said of the minority who are raised to be wise.
Mm.
And because that's a small minority, they are competing within each other. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, again, we will be so, it'd be so messed up to not admit the truth.
What's
Like that there is competition amongst singles. The ones that are trying to get, I'm sorry?
Singles. No, I didn't hear the last part. You said
yes, but even then, Tiff, like you should, not that you need to be competing on the level as far as a single person, but you should be competing to a minority sense with your husband to keep things alive. I mean, and what's wrong with that?
Am I competing or am I trying to please my spouse? I'm not competing. I am trying to ensure that the person that I'm with is happy. Whether you're married or not, the goal to me is once you meet and you decide to partner, yeah, you should do anything that you can do to ensure that this person is happy. And I would hope that that's reciprocated.
Tip, let me walk down something.
Okay.
The hairstyle you had.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you like and that you want, right? Right?
It's something that my husband likes, and if he didn't like it, I would do something different.
That makeup that you're wearing, does your husband like makeup?
My husband buys my makeup because if I go into the store, it's going to be a problem.
You let him buy your makeup?
Yes. How hard is it to make a list and go into Sephora? If I
Right.
go into Sephora, overspend.
I'm sure when the Chiefs go to the practice facility, a lot of people already picked it out for them too. I mean, they go in there already prepared. They don't have to worry about none of that because they want that greatness. They really want that greatness. They want you to fit into this program that they already have.
Well,
And
I don't think that's a fair comparison because my homie Mahomes is a different kind of QB. And even in saying that, he has a different skill set. If he has a different skill set, he's not going to do the same thing as Dak. Like Dak.
But Brock Purdy goes out and compete every day. He goes out and compete every day. Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, they go out and compete every Sunday. They're still going out and competing every single day. And I think,
is Dak successful in his competing?
what do you mean?
Meaning, when was the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl?
But it doesn't mean that but that doesn't mean that they're
Wait.
You wait.
Let's change the analogy now.
Wait a minute. Let me do a hemp. If you got two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback. Right.
Let's not talk about football. Let's just
But okay, but even this, but no, that it was just the point. Like, come on now, like that's what I'm saying. That narrative, like we're just not doing nothing, and we're not competing. We're not doing none of that. Like, come on, Tiff. Like, come on. There's something in that house. There's something in that relationship, even a minority of that you're keeping up with.
Everybody has a different philosophy. I don't compete and I don't compare because comparison can make you awfully sad, and competing is not something I'm willing to do. I feel as though I'm going to do what I can, but if he finds elsewhere, this is the bee's knees. So just like a bus stop, I don't have that. Whatever we got going on in insecurities, like absolutely not. I'm not insecure. I'm gonna do what I can. If that's not what he wants.
What about before the marriage? What about during the
a very long time? A long time. And
So beforehand, you wasn't feeling like you were competing with other women at all?
no. How am I competing with something?
Come on. You didn't think not at all? Not at all? Not
The
a
whole thing is
minority?
this.
Not a
Yeah.
minority?
If women are still shooting a shot at your man, right? You still competing with her because you trying to make sure everything is straight so that don't have an opportunity to slide in there and he is perfectly satisfied at home.
So to take it off of, because I think once we start talking about, I don't think competition was meant to be taken to the level of cheating, because where we are right now, we don't, you like in the world that we're living in right now, you don't have the man yet. So we're saying, what does it take to be able to attain the man? What do you have to be as a woman? That I think that's the important part.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wouldn't that depend upon the man? Like everybody's gonna want something different. So based upon
That's why we're talking about the 666 man specifically.
so we said 6 figures, 6 feet, and
Yeah.
and
hmm
do we think that that's the majority or the minority of most men?
We know it's the minority.
Yeah, that can be implied. The question is, are women ready or not ready
So what would she
for
need
that
to do?
man?
What would she need to do to be ready? What are the suggestions that you have?
How you gonna not answer the question?
Nah.
Yeah, I can't answer that until you answer my question.
Tell me one more time. I'm sorry. No, I'm not trying to be facetious.
No, I know. Are women ready or not ready for the 666 man?
The majority of women, no. I said this already. I literally said the majority is no, the minority is yes. And I think even with the 666 thing, a lot of it has to do with the access, who you know. That's
And
some-
competing.
This is
not out. Y'all can say this is crazy. She's delusional. Like,
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
This is amazing to me.
if I looked in you, oh, absolutely. So
Take me for granted.
No, you're not.
well, granted, I legitimately said
The chat
I'm gonna do whatever I can do
panel.
to ensure that my husband is happy. If you are dating and this person is of rarity, are you not trying to please that person? Because what is this outside entity that you're competing with? Are you not trying to
The other women that want to please him.
The world, Craig. The world.
I'm not doing this. And I'm just going to look at comments. If you say one more thing about people being gay, I'm going to come and fight you and kick your teeth.
Oh.
Oh no.
Don't do it. Like, don't do me and don't do it. Anyway, back to it. So, what in this 666 world with the single women, is there some type of advice that people could be provided with? Is there a recipe, a prescription?
I don't think there's an exact recipe because stuff changes so much, and that type of competition not going to be.
So
I don't think
based upon what that man wants and needs, correct?
But it still can change. It still could change.
Absolutely. But each man is going to want something different, correct?
Right.
So
They
I'm black. If you want a white woman, you know what I'm never gonna be? I'm not gonna be white. So what are we competing for? Like the attention? What's the goal here? Because you're
Well,
saying
if we talk about 666 men, then I mean the ultimate of this competition, why women are competing for that sector of men, would be to get the ring, to get the gold. Like we ain't over here. Like I mean, they want to. That's crazy. Like why wouldn't you want to get there? But either way, I think it's unrealistic to talk about competing on that level because it's not enough to compete.
these
The
other
minority,
the other
ahead.
women, do you know what they look like? Do you know what they can do for this man? Or you just you're in the blind? Do you know your competition?
I think you're thinking of the competition like real literally.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
It's not like
Well, that's
they're
why-
not just there.
Say again.
That's why I call them randoms, because they are random. You don't know who they are. You don't know when they come in, where they come in, whatever. They just random.
And see, that was my logic behind the whole keeping, like, you compete with yourself because these women, you're
Boom,
not gonna see them.
boom, and I can agree to that. My only competition is me. I can't control
No,
anything.
but then you said fight, so you come
Absolutely.
into fighting.
But we're talking. You corrected and you said what? We're talking about single people. So if you're single, what are women supposed to do for that person? Can we agree that each man is going to want something different?
No.
Oh wow. So what do they want?
I mean, I think the basis of men is the same.
Yeah.
As far as what they want, it's like this.
Oh, the same. What does that look like? What's the same?
Oh, girl, you asking me
Shut
questions.
the fuck up.
Get up, Lauren.
Somebody just said, what did you say?
Nothing.
Look,
She
I
didn't
said,
say that.
You know
I
what the
said,
basis is.
the
Don't
base. Look,
Go
I
ahead.
don't care what kind of personality you have or anything like that. At the bottom line, the thread line between all niggas is feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I was trying not to say
Everything else is layered on top of that. But the foundation is them three things to keep it simple and ghetto.
Yep.
And
And
I
if
got-
you fit in friendly, boy, look at that.
Like in my mind, I heard Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I damn sure got that ring, but that didn't really work out for
it.
us.
And you know you didn't do that. You know you didn't do that to get your husband. So I don't know why that line came to you.
You
But I
talking
mean,
about
at the same time, Cardi B was cooking and cleaning, so.
Yeah, lying.
I feel very attacked right now.
Why do you feel attacked?
From what?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh.
Like a spider.
Okay, so this 666 man, do we know where she's gonna find him? And again, is there so feed me, fuck me, and what was the other one? Be quiet. Okay,
Shut the
so
fuck up.
what did old boy say? The kitchen in the bedroom. James from Good Times, and Florida was very
R.I.P.
much. Huh?
R.I.P.
He did.
See, you
He
revoking
died
that
today.
card.
He died today. But, yeah.
Look, I'm blonde for that went all the way over my head, but I got you. I got you. So this competition, is this man telling you you're competing? I'm asking.
No.
You're like, what is?
Can we move this conversation? I love you, cousin. I love you, cousin. But I just gotta be the cousin and say, can we move it?
Absolutely, because
Can we move it to something else? Like, okay, we know that we're competing for the 666, and there's a minority who can really compete, and they're, you know, what they give the baseline, and then there's a little sprinkles from what my sister Callie said. But now, so that minority of 66, we're gonna push that to the side. Are we not competing for the 5'9" and under at all?
Today.
Because you're getting the 5'9" and under. So you didn't compete at all for that. Don't do that.
I didn't say anything.
I'm just saying, are we not?
I didn't say anything.
I'm asking, are we not?
Unfortunately, we are competing with all of them.